going to be one of those days where, like, I constantly have to be checking. Is my stream up? Is my stream working? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see. Well, is it live or not? You need to make up your mind, computer. I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Ahem. Her Grace invites the Sons of the Seventh Dawn to join her in the fragrant chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining them? We will. Who's the third? Ah, Stydia. Kitty. Nomming on my cord.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty. Arenvold.
More of an acquaintance, really.
It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
I guess we don't get to find out.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fan Daniel would doubtless have it.
'Tis now all but certain that the towers were conceived to facilitate the summoning of primals by those imprisoned within. Less certain is the means by which the Telophoroi constrain the wills of said entities to enact their designs in defiance of the pleas of their victims.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
You need to tell me where they are, Your Grace. I'm the one who can take care of them.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now.
See, I'm the only one who can beat one of these things so far.
After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause.
Oh, that's good.
It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
When the dust settles. Right then. Unless anyone has any objections, I think it's time we return to the Rising Stones. Sure. That includes you, Ulfrino. Arnvald's in good hands here. Of course. You would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire, then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. If we are all in agreement, then, I shall let Kryle know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging, with the time available. It will be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him. Thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Kryle, in particular, has a few matters she's keen to discuss. One of which concerns you, Estinian, believe it or not. You will join us, won't you? Fine. Really? I thought you said you were avoiding the Baldestian woman. If I refused, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we?
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time.
Oh?
Thanks to Arnvald's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings, and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
Absolutely.
Tis possible the ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldessian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough. If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing.
Right.
A topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
That day in the Crystarium when they were, when the things were falling.
When Elidibus sought to make warriors of light, that was the voice which calls constantly to all who might hear it. I spoke of direct communication, when Hydaelyn communed solely with you. A far rarer occurrence.
History shows us that Hydaelyn is able to awaken the echo in her chosen, convey her will directly, and grant the blessing of light. To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in his judgment.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I'm able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed. And while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now of all times. Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault. But I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo, you inspired them to stand up and fight. To win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
And now, I may bid you farewell. Safe in the knowledge that all is as it should be. In this little corner of the world, at least.
You will be sorely missed. Tread warily in Sharlayan, and do try not to let the Forum embroil you in their politics. A forlorn hope, I know, given the individuals involved.
Quite.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace,
Well, does this one meet with your approval? Apparently not. Or could it be that you're still upset about the dragons?
You are unwise to remind me of so costly a failure. It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. Oh, but the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire, now no more than an instrument of this star's destruction. What a pleasure it will be to put it to use. Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
Well, well, not quite what I was expecting, though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
It looks like I'm going to have a busy few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm. Which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do, but when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, than you lot, actually. More accurately. You don't catch me trading blows with the primal in the near future. But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is why I come in. And gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the Scions who risk life and limb. Like poor Arlenbald. I wish there was something I could do for him. But they just have to settle for saying an odd prayer and keeping a roof over their heads. It wouldn't have to have him come back to a complete shambles, now would it? But that's enough of my rambling. You go off and get some rest. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know. Death Unto Death, Part 1. Alright. Well, hold on. Okay. Still have more to do. I was just checking the trophies, and I got quite a bit more to go. Oh, Pieta, you're doing well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Kral, I'm afraid we're still waiting. But we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the beast tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Oda's project with the Almaja, Britannia has opened negotiations with the Ixo, believe it or not. All of us is obviously very encouraging, but with Telephorol still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Indeed. So I'm not near the end of Endwalker as I thought. Begging your pardon, I've come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. Council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. We're just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Terrorifori concept of our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. It's hoped that you'll join us in the fight against the common foe. We'll get back to that later.
I know this place. It's the jail in Yulmore.
Dread hope, Fatebreaker.
Whatever stands in our way, we will never give up hope.
Thancred. Good old Thancred.
I'm the only one fit to protect her.
To think that this could be born from my memories. That creature is passing on its ether.
How about you? You're not going anywhere. Oh! A feeble shield protects nothing.
Welp. So, I now know that there is a little edge there.
You're not going anywhere. Oh! Light flame you.
I sense a surge in the ether.
Come, show me your strength. Feast of my blood, answer my call. Let's try something else.
The blade is imbued with light.
How about you? You're not going anywhere. Oh! The light will cleanse your sins.
A feeble shield protects nothing. Light claim you.
I legitimately have no idea why that worked, but it did. So I'm not going to question it.
How about you? How about you? A feeble shield protects nothing. Light claim you. How about you?
There we go. That blew it.
You're not going anywhere. A feeble shield protects nothing. Light claim you.
Got him.
She deserves all the happiness in the world.
Do it. You can have it all. All right. So this is the way of the Asians, to use memories of our loved ones against us. That fragmented souls should triumph over their fears, while we succumb to ours, thereby setting our star upon the course of ruin. That inferior beings such as you should succeed where we failed, it defies all logic. Maybe we're not as inferior as you thought. Kaia's still in there, fighting to free herself from Lagriff's will. Even now, you would defy us. We will remove every last vestige of your meaningless mortal existence. His memories, they're being destroyed. Impurities must be purged. They shall begin by erasing you from her past, and then, by your deaths, erase her from your future. There is no place for you in our utopia. We may be mere mortals. Our souls are fragmented, but our existence is not meaningless. And you should understand this. Before you awoke as an Ascian, you lived as one of us. You had your own memories. Surely they mean something? The lives you led can't all have been for nothing. To we who have known perfection, they are less than nothing. Compared to yours, our lives must seem insignificant. Nevertheless, we live them to the fullest. And though it may take us 1,000 years, we have the potential to build a world every bit as wonderful as yours. But you won't even allow us that chance. To live our own lives and forge our own future? Whatever you forge will eventually crumble to dust. But we are immortal, our legacy eternal. If our world cannot be made complete as it once was, we will create a perfect moment that shall last forever. By our hands shall our paradise be made, where there is no beginning and no end. Sounds very Alexandrian. Alexander. Eden's absorbing enormous amounts of ether. At this rate, the whole world will be drained. Light and darkness, the elements of nature, all in harmony. A sublime utopia where time has no meaning. We shall become one with Eden, free to live in peace for eternity. A utopia, like the Garden of Eden. No, Gaia. There's only one thing for it. I'll try to disrupt the balance of ether and create an opening for you. Alright. We can't let it end like this. It's up to us to save Gaia. I mean, will we save Gaia? Might no one want to get away with this. Eden's Promised Eternity, now accessible. I'm going to start that and use the restroom. I'll be right back. Well, while we work on this one, let's see what all is going on around the First World. Make sure there's nothing in the First World we need to get activated. Still in perfect balance. Work on Batty Longlegs. He's got them zoomies. Gibby, why you got so many zooms? Is there something wrong? Or are you just bored? Sometimes it makes you upset, and sometimes it just makes you bored. Alright, success. Heroes, how are you, Bruni? Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to get this last party thing done with Eden's Promise. I've almost got Eden finished off. Just recently fought some stuff. Told you Eden was long. Oh yeah, it is very much so. Well, I keep thinking I'm almost done with Shadowbringers, and then it keeps saying nope, not really. And that it's true with all of the expansions. Like the post game content always gets me. It's like, oh, we should be nearly done. No, we're not. I'm trying to follow the like awards that they give you, the trophies you can get. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, right? I mean, like I said, it's happened over and over again, and it still surprises me each time. It's like, wow, this is really long. It's like, is that surprising though? It's like, no. I knew it was going to be long. It's just it does. It keeps surprising me. You love this map? Yeah, this map's pretty cool. The Fairy Kingdom is pretty awesome. I agree. They have Lahi Land, which is fun. Like I said, I'm just looking around for anything to level up my Red Mage while I'm waiting on this thing to happen. And if there's nothing, if there's literally no other missions here to do. Oh, there's the one right here. Oh, and someone's already working on that one. Let's go. But if there was nothing, I was going to head back to the Crystarium. It looks like there's nothing in particular. I'm just going to look at the Crystarium, see if there's anything else to do there. And if not, I'm just going to head back to the source and continue with main plot. Because there's plenty of main plot to go still. But yeah, I keep almost being at Endwalker. Maybe? No? Okay. I will get to Endwalker by next week for sure. Not looking forward to Dawn Trail. Having to go around looking at them damn currents. Yep. I'll say I'm staring right at that for Endwalker. You know, I'm about to head into Endwalker, and it's like, all right, okay. Could I fight the creature, please? The game is like, here, this is a Viera. It's like, cool. That helps me not at all. That's the Womp Womp. That's the Womp Womp with those damn currents. Yep. Oh yeah. Currents are the thing. So I know you were looking for the weapons with the Yokai Watch. Were you able to get them all? With main, yes. Alt, no. I mean, it is such a freaking grind. Because, yeah, I I was doing some of that as well, and I was able to get all of the. Are you still attacking me? You are still attacking me, you jerk. That deer dough. Leave us alone. All right. Now, what was I saying? What was I even saying? I was able to get all of the Pokemon. I don't know what they're called. The yokai, and so I was able to get all those. And I mean that was fine. But yeah, then you have to get all of the weapons, and it's just like I don't actually care enough to do all of this. So I got like 2 or 3 weapons, and I put them in my not the glamour chest, but the one beside it. And yeah, yokai is like a cross from Pokemon and Digimon. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a really popular show. I totally get why they were like doing the crossover and all that, but it's not like my thing, like, you know. And so it's just kind of like, okay, well, hooray for the people who really enjoyed that, and for me, I'm just like, okay. Alright, like I said, I'm just looking for any blue missions around, to see if there's anything, and if there are any... Oh wow, there's 2. Any of those things that give extra bonus, any fates with extra bonus, so I can level up my characters, because I've got a whole lot of jobs that are at like level 78 or 79. I'm just trying to get them all up to 80 so that I can use them. Wandering about. So wait. Which has more time? I'm going to do the one that has more time. Well, that one has infinite time, essentially. And the one up here vanished. Well, that made the decision easier. Except I keep trying to mount whenever I'm already mounted. Like, well, your mount looks funny. It's like, yes, I mounted a mount while I was on a mount. That was the problem. Looked like a real Red 13 in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth kind of situation. Which, by the way, wife is currently playing through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I told her, you know, I haven't started it since now, and I'm not going to be starting it anytime soon, so go ahead and play through, and I'll forget everything by the time I actually do my playthrough. She's really enjoying Rebirth a lot, and that's awesome. Hero's wifey, by the way, wifey is at work, bless her heart. I'm a teacher, and I have summers off. She is not a teacher, and therefore does not have summers off. So she is... off winning bread, as it were. Ah, there it is. Hello, Ando Spearfisher.
The Crash Mother is giving birth, and to celebrate, we must wish to present her with the most beautiful pearls in the tempest. Alonzo pearls, to be precise.
That's right, I forgot she works. Yep, unfortunately.
Why we call them this, I do not know, though they've become increasingly rare of late. Luckily, this cave seems to have a few scattered about. Will you help me gather them?
Oh, sure.
Oysters sometimes spit out the pearls, so there'll be a few lying in the sand. After this, also hunt Alonzo pearls, swallowing them whole. If you cut them open and rummage through their innards, we should be able to find a few more pearls.
Well, there's absolutely nothing about that doesn't sound like an absolutely great time. Man, speaking of, everything's trying to kill me. I got a pearl. About to die. Yo. The good news is they're nearly all dead. The bad news is, so am I. This is fine. I'll be fine. No worries. Meanwhile, Valkyrie's in the back just going, doo-doo-doo-doo, picking you up, and picking you up, and picking you up, and picking you up. What's nuts was, like, I wasn't even trying to take on this entire, like, clutch of creatures. They just all decided that they hated me. Bro, leave me alone. But yeah, I'm trying to get all the stuff from Shadowbringers taken care of so I don't ever have to come back to this unless I, like, choose to or want to, if there's something else in, like, some other game. Oh, well, okay, that works. I just don't want to be made to come back here, right? I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on something. Well, now that I've, like, slaughtered this entire colony, I'll take their pearls. You want to fight? Okay. I'm not really looking to fight, but whatever. Like, they're so eager to gang up on me, and that's just wiping out all of them. Because they ganged up on me, because I guess they thought I was weak. Like, I don't even want you guys. I want the freaking pearls. Oh, fine. Just let me pick up the pearls. These pearls are not that important to you guys. It's not like I'm taking your eggs or something. Fine. I do wonder about the motivation of these monsters sometimes. Does he think I'm in your territory, or, like, what's the deal here? Hyper-aggressive creatures.
You have your funds pearls?
There's 21.
Objective complete. Excellent. Clutch mother will be most pleased.
Just let me pick up the pearls. Like, I don't want to fight these things, but I guess I'm doing a good deed by ridding the world of these hyper-aggressive creatures.
If you have any more you wish to part with, we'll be more than happy to take them. Excellent. The clutch mother will be most pleased.
I think that'll be enough. I think that's more than enough. Alright. In your fate. Hey, we levered up. No, we didn't lever up. We got a lot of experience, though. So huzzah for them. Take a look around Kalusia. If there's nothing in Kalusia, then we will... Fine. Nothing in Kalusia, we'll check the Crystarium, and then I guess we'll continue main quest. Go to right. There is legitimately nothing around here. The robot mission was really interesting. Here with all of the dwarves and the automatons in white and in black. That whole thing was interesting. All right. Revenant's Toll. And we'll continue the plot here. I've forgotten all of the things that were said in this because it was a long cutscene that got interrupted.
Ah, Peter, I hope you're looking well. You are looking well. I hope you're doing well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you're hoping for tidings from Crown, I'm afraid we're still waiting. But we do have some odd scraps of news to share.
Scraps, she says. Lunar Primal's been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks for the beast tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Eldaz's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixil, believe it or not.
All of which is obviously very encouraging. But with the Telephoroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. Indeed. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is being held in Alameda, and your attendance is humbly requested. We were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telephoroi, in concert with new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped they will join us in a fight against our common foe.
So the Alliance would bring all the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one, considering the threat we face.
Indeed, my lady, and for their part, I'm told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions, too, are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. Sounds great.
To arrange such a meeting must have been quite the undertaking, not only diplomatically but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alameda without delay.
Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Holy Palace. Well, now we've accepted the invitation. Who exactly is going to attend?
I move that you and Ishla lead our contingent.
Given how long you've worked to end summoning, it's only right that you're present for what promises to be a historic moment. I think we all played our part in this little endeavor, don't you, Peter?
Indeed.
All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree. But by your leave, I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Amric will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well, then. While those of the mind who hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo. Shall we? Oh. Whew. That's the wrong button. There we go. Time to head to the Alamigan Quarter. We've been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in?
Yeah, please.
Possums.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay! Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering.
Right.
Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
We got dragons.
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus. A little pretty without gills, perhaps? Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future, as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it?
Quite.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes!
Fortunately, I gotta skip the rest of this cutscene so I can do the mission. I did not mean to skip that at all. I was trying to get into here.
Eden will become a utopia. One that we may share for all eternity.
She's still in there. Somewhere. I won't give up on our future, Gaia. No matter what.
Joined as one, never to be parted, unbound by past or future in this single perfect moment. We shall draw your memories from you. and they will be your undoing. Must you interfere?
No, we should
Our
probably help.
utopia will only be complete. Once you are erased from our memory.
You've got to protect her memories. Hurry!
You would defy us!
Delicious, aren't they?
These are actually quite good.
See? Let's have another one. Half each?
Such fragile things, memories.
What happened to the other half?
Am I being erased from her memory?
Pitiful!
I told you it would make a great necklace.
Oh, it's beautiful. I think it'll really suit you.
Me? But I thought you should have it.
They shatter. They fade.
Is this ice? Where did this come from?
If this goes on much longer, she'll forget everything.
We tire of your insolence.
How about... this one.
That's my color. Now, this one on the other hand... What am I doing with this? I'd never wear this color.
No! We can't let this happen!
You are unworthy of my utopia. We shall bring eternal harmony. Tranquility and vitality in perfect balance. Why will you not disappear? No! Our utopia cannot fall! to us. Memories of Earth. Memories of ice.
Dang it.
Now your memories belong to us.
That's good. Good game.
A utopia. A dream.
Awesome. I love you too, kitty. Yes, you're very sweet. I need my arm back, though. Hey, what's up, CJ? I am meandering toward... Endwalker. I keep thinking I'm almost there and then not being. We did it. She's free at last. At least that's how it seems. She won't wake up, though. Gaia, I don't know if you can hear me or if you even remember who I am, but just give me a sign that you're alright. Please? Say something. Say anything. You brought her back once before. You can do it again. On level 83 quests in Endlocker. Nice. You're right, Peter. I mustn't lose hope. Yeah. You got this. Wait. What's this? It's the necklace. But she said she left it back at the Crystarium. Maybe she likes it a lot more than she let on? I suppose it does hold a lot of memories for the both of us. Wait, there might be a way we can use this to bring her back. To make a cute couple? Yeah, they're kind of adorable. Try calling out Gaia's name to bring her back to her senses. Gaia, we're here, right beside you. Come back to us. Necklace begins to glimmer faintly. I really hope that Gaia was able to hear your voice. She can hear us. I know she can. Now all we can do is pray that she'll return. Quest complete. Gaia, I know you're in there somewhere. Maybe. If you're lost, I will find a way to reach you. I swear it. Maybe. I think you're further in this quest line than I am. Hey! There's quite a lot. This is the end of this quest line, I think. Where am I? Mitron. I'm finally free of you, it seems. My dearest Gaia, that fate should part us once more. Still, this is what you wanted. There's no need to be quite so upset. Yasin just showed up in my run. Yep. What do you mean? You've been released from Eden, free to be reborn. Perhaps one day, fate will bring us together again, in another life. After all, you've already found me once, in spite of everything. I might even be the one to find you. I fear you will come to forget me, to forget the times that we shared. Perhaps. After all, memories are such fragile things. That's why I plan to keep a diary. Even after I'm gone, my memories will live on. For future generations to discover. Yes, they'll read the tale of a girl bound by duty and of her loyal protector, arrived in her hour of need. Perhaps you might leave out the part where that protector was the one who needed saving. You have grown strong, Gaia. If I'd found you sooner, then maybe... wait, don't leave me. Until we meet again, Artemis. Whose name did I just... Oh, never mind that for now. I need to get out of here. Whoever here is. I feel as though there's somewhere I'm supposed to be, but I can't for the life of me remember where. Gosh, those legs are like ridiculously long. I mean, part of it is the shoes, but the legs are just like almost grotesquely long. We get any dead center this weekend? Nope. I've been hanging around inside the house. I slept a lot this weekend. Couple of days off and went the whole thing. Oh, did you have fun? What is this? Is this ice? It certainly looks like it. It didn't seem to melt. You did? Cool. Awesome. It shines so brightly. Wait, I've seen this before. That's it. There was a girl. Oh, what was her name? Rin? Gaia. Rin. I can hear you. I can't find my way out of here. Hold on, I'm coming for you. So a couple you'd want to see when they come out. All right. And here you have your Final Fantasy VIII reference. Time Travelers and the Time Traveler's Paradox. Tim Travers and the Time Traveler's Paradox. Yeah, I probably would be interested in that. He remembered. I could never forget you. Try as I might. Humanist vampire seeking consenting suicidal person. Those do sound kind of funny. It's restored. And the garden is now a tree. So the aether that Eden was absorbing has returned to the land. Now, just like Mitran, the empty can finally be reborn. It could hardly be called the empty now. It's a utopia. Awesome. Glad I went through that. Yeah, it's freaking gorgeous. We have saved the first world. Still can't believe this is happening. It's a dream come true. I just wish the others were here to see it. Perhaps Gaia could pay them a visit and share the good news. Gaia? But how should she do that? Well, Ascians can travel between worlds, can't they? I might be able to do it, too, if I find a way to use my Ascian powers. They may prove a bit tricky now that I'm separated from Mitron, though. Well, to be honest, I'd like you to stay in this world, at least for a while. We still have so much to do together, after all. Actually, I wanted to ask something. When you say the others, do you mean Thancred, the bookworm, and Oriange, your knight in shining armor? No, it's the other way around. Oh, is it? My memory's even less reliable than it was before. The main thing is, the whispering in my head has stopped. So I shouldn't have any more bouts of amnesia. Even so, there's a part of me that'll miss hearing the fairy's voice. I know how you feel, Gaia. Anyway, we've all been through rather a lot. So why don't we head back to civilization for some much needed rest? Yeah. All right. Leave the piloting to me. Quest accepted. All right, so I guess we're getting denouement from this. I understand that keeping the Sky Slipper here allows us to save fuel from traveling all the way back to Mordsuk, but can't we just carry it a little bit extra? Not easy crossing the desert in these heels, you know. I seem to remember you weren't too enthused about it, so I suggesting you buying some nice, sensible walking boots. Come to think of it, maybe we should rest here for a while. You must be tired from all that piloting. I'm fine. Besides, I had the two of you to keep me company. It was over before I knew it. Taking in the scenery from the wind in my hair really helped clear out the cobwebs, too. Perhaps I should see about getting my very own Sky Slipper. What? You can't just buy one, and even if you could, they'd cost a fortune. Oh, I'm sorry. That must be my Ylmeran upbringing speaking. I'll have you know, I'm almost as comfortable in humble surroundings, like Mordsuk, for example. That reminds me, it's time we made our way there and tell Yalfred all about, well, everything. All right. Welcome back. Take it all is well in the empty. It is now. Not everything quite went as planned, but, well, to put it mildly, but we managed to revive the ambient aether. Now all we need to do is wait for the changes to become widespread. Truly. Well, that's wonderful. Just wonderful. I shall share the tidings of our inner circle, and perhaps it is time more people knew about your expedition as well. Of course, we'll continue to monitor the situation, but I'm sure it won't be long before we can allow members of the citizenry to make their own forays into the empty. I don't know if you could call it the empty anymore. I'm pleased to say I, too, have some good news to share. Our investigators in Yulmore finally found information pertaining to Gaia's true identity.
Really?
Mm-hmm. As it pertains to matters of a private nature, the information is being treated as highly confidential, so I haven't actually looked into it myself, but I imagine it includes Gaia's real name.
To be honest, I'd prefer not to know. But why? You see, I've come to learn a lot about my past, even before my time in Yulmore. I now know that I'm a reincarnation of Logrif, an Ascian, and Mitrin, the one who was transformed into Eden, was someone very special to me. For 100 years, Mitrin called out to me in the hope that we'd be reunited, but there was no answer. Even so, Mitrin held on to those precious memories of our life together, and stopped at nothing to make them a reality once more. I now know that Mitrin wanted the same as us, wanted the world to be as it once was. Yeah, it's a shame these things turned out the way they did. In those 100 years of solitude, that dream became an obsession. I would have likewise succumbed to the darkness within, were it not for Irene and Pieter. If someone had been there for Mitrin, who knows what might have happened. That's why from now on, I want to help those in need, to give their dreams a chance to come true. For me, the name Gaia symbolizes hope. And through each of our lives may be but a drop in the great river of time. Hope springs eternal. Gaia. Well, I'm sorry. While I appreciate your efforts to find my past, I'm looking to the future now, as Gaia. No need to apologize, Miss Gaia. As long as you're happy, then so are we. Right, I expect my colleagues will be keen to turn their attention to the empty. And if you'll excuse me, I have expeditions to arrange. Until next time. So, what shall we do now? Oh, come on, Rain. Don't tell me you've forgotten. Biscuits? The festival at the Crystarium, remember? And don't even think about leaving me out. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Quest complete. Greetings, Peter. How may I be of service? Here's your final report. The final report? As a matter of fact, I'm rather curious to read it myself. And while I've yet to actually receive it, I was pleased to hear that your latest ventures met with success. Be that as it may, the readings did give me some cause for concern. There was no ordinary ethereal disturbance, but I'm certain that all will be adequately explained by the report. Yeah, maybe. Unfortunately, Miss Rin tells me there may be a slight delay. She'll inform me once it is finished, and I'll be ready to make the journey back here from Modsuk. I shall contact you via Link Pearl as soon as I hear from her. All right. Some days later. Here's a report written by yours truly.
I think you'll find it quite a riveting read, if I do say so myself. Oh, so you've taken over from Miss Wren on this occasion. Mm-hmm. Well, I've recently become interested in writing, and it seemed a good opportunity to practice. I thought giving an objective account of events would be straightforward, but it's surprisingly difficult. Reading it back, most of it sounds like gibberish. A few creative liberties in the parts that you couldn't quite remember. In any case, I expect you'll prove most valuable, providing I'm able to discern fact from the embellishments. Mm-hmm. With that taken care of, let's treat ourselves to some moored snacks. Gooey, moored snacks. Embellishments. I wonder. Well, you're still worried about that, aren't you? It was just you filling in the blanks, that's all. Here, take a look at this. What am I looking at? I found this after I recovered from the last battle. That's another one of the crystals, the one that contains Eden's memories. As you focus on the crystal, visions of vanquished adversaries sear your mind's eye, appearing to be far more puissant than your recollections. Oh, my hip. Yeah, I saw the images too. I'm glad the foes you actually fought weren't quite so ferocious. Nevertheless, now that we know what Eden is, we owe it to Mitrin to keep those memories alive. All right. Yeah. And there they go. Whatever Miss Gaia beheld in this crystal seemed to have quite resonated with her. If you'd like, I can keep it here on her behalf. Well, I guess on your behalf now. Whatever you wish to gaze upon its depths again, you need only say the word. Sure. Eden's Promised Savage now accessible. I think I owed myself a rest from all this hard work sending goods to the empty, but I better keep it triple triad. Yeah, let's do it. Draw. Rematch. The wins. You certainly put me in my place. I'll have to do better than that next time. Oh, Duke. Heal up a bit. So, what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I propose is largely written. Not long after that fateful day in Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. Thus I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account of mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can I consider what seems to me to be the crucial question, namely, why after the Crystal Braves disbanded did some members choose to remain with us, while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind the new Grand Company together? And that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes. But the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As a former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. Then Graha and I would just have to try. You other two of you can talk to the ones who kept it. A fine suggestion. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character, so keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you've no objections, I have a mind to begin by speaking with Riol and Ariane. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castramorians. Let us seek them out at once. Alright, I'm going to turn on the coffee. And then we'll continue this story. Let's continue. The Castramorians. And look who it is. And what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? As a matter of speaking, I've been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. We're going to make a new ground company, comprised of everyone. Beast tribes, normal tribes, everyone. So want to know why we decided to stick with the science, huh? An easy thing to put into words, that. As I once explained to Pieter, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we are powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back on those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself. I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I'm able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves, and in spite of everything that happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for my own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions had something in common with me old crew. Duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed. And I still strive to live by that to its day. But as time's gone by, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mrs. Totaro. We've got all of us got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain. Because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting. Which is what being a Scion's all about. Well, I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, Pieter, could you? Sure. Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Well, its founding ideals are something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there's another who did it only for the coin, or for glory, or for both. Ours was quite a desperate band. While I never forgive Ilved, the fact that he managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, eh? It takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. It may look like a ragtag bunch of misfits, but deep down we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because the Taros shifted out all the glory hunters before they even made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each of their own individual strengths, all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. I think we've taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious of the less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania, and hear what the others have learned. Just going to check on this Moogle and see if there's anything else that I can pick up that I haven't yet. Minion guide. A bun bun. Everybody loves bun fun. Thanks to Tataro's ever dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Orfino, some of their comments were... they were harsh. I can well imagine. But their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Oh, here you are. Thank you. I'll set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Fixio. I'll join you anon. Or here. I'm going to check up on some of this stuff. Good gracious, there's a lot of stuff. I think safety 70 can all be turned in pretty safely. Okay. And let's find a material to transfer this into. Heat-resistant blaster. Sounds great. All right. Check on this. According to the return from the deployment, pray look over the report, Commander. I regret the report that this mission has ended in failure.
But everybody levered up. I do recognize these green recruits we started with, Commander. In fact, I heard rumors of the rounds making the Adder's Nest, and our squadron is on the shortlist for the next big assignment. But squadron is not ready for this mission. Well, I keep trying until we get it. Time to get some crystal recovery again.
Alright, so off to Little Solace. Unofficial business. From the Hawthorne Hut. Man, what was the voice for these guys?
Ah, welcome, brave one, and friends of brave one. How good it is to see walking ones again so soon after the meeting.
That's the voice. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting?
No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. Horned one Kamisana said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones would be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones.
Oh, that is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Telefori.
These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one? And in quite a hurry, it seems.
Alyssa, you must come quickly.
Whatever's the matter, Alphino?
Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting.
No.
What? No. A Twin Adder officer accosted me while I was about to set out. Charlayan has sent an envoy, one who's due to arrive at Gridania at any moment.
An envoy? Could it be the crowds managed to sway the forum?
We shall know soon enough. But there is more. The envoys requested the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seedseer.
Really?
I can see why they might want the Scion to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It is. I could scarce believe it myself. When I inquired as to the event's envoy's identity, I was told that it was one Forlishnaut Lavalier.
Oh, your father? Well, now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprise enough, but him?
Quite. I glean from this they are taking the matter very seriously. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98? Not the 98 Forum members. Unless he volunteered to do it.
It's been quite some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be he's concerned about your well-being?
Perhaps. But he's always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed. And whenever we write to our parents, it's invariably our mother who replies. Nonetheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him. After so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixier, loath as I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray, accept our apologies along with my report. Here you are. Never mind. There'll be time to talk later. This one won't keep walking ones from urgent matters. Go. The audience will be held at the Lotus stand where the Elder Seedseer awaits even now. Let us be on our way. All right, let's do it. Very well. Alright. Welcome, Warrior of Light. The Elder Seedseer and your friends are waiting within. I believe it was actually this voice, but whatever. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Fauchon's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Crow permission to request Sir Lan's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum themselves. What the nature of that reply will be, we shall soon discover.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience. I am Fortuno Leveilleur, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuno, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
Quite.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisoix, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene. And my position remains unchanged.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Sharlayan stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life. Who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request.
So you will court the destruction. You'll recount the destruction in great detail for no one to read. As the
Sharlayan will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald. One in which Sharlayan will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
Oh?
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider. You may feel safe on your little island across the waves. But if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike him, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alisaie, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
What a joke you are, sir.
How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fourcheneau, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
You just showed up to flip us the bird. Cool.
Father, wait!
Don't bother, Alisaie.
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
So that's what he came here to say? That we're all fools having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi. That's for the rest. Like it or not, that was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger. And as he handed down their judgment, I can think of nothing to say that would possibly sway him. I still can't. To prolong the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fourcheneau who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. The decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor was it like to be changed. And so we'd face the Telephora without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, why would they go to the trouble of sending their envoy in the first place? Why did they not simply keep their counsel, as they want to do?
Peter, has Master Foshno arrived yet?
Oh yeah, he gave us all the bird and walked off.
Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to even discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I'd rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving.
Well, could it be they were hiding something from us? It might give some way to explain Master Foshino's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I named it as pride, but what if they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end, and simply disagree with us about the circumstances?
Well, that I don't know. Something tells me they're not as unconcerned about the Telephora as they claim. If the threat wasn't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with any other mission. Researching Highland and the Ethereal Sea, I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us.
Obstructed at every turn.
So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here. When the time is right, of course. I am afraid that matters in Eorzea stand on the knife's edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements.
Please do.
Excellent. Obviously, keeping Telephora at bay must take precedence, but with luck, you'll be able to make the journey to Charolea ere long. It may take a while to secure entry for you all, but I'll let you know when everything's in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you?
Your speculations give me cause to hope. Yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it's possible the Cheroleans had some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty as to his exposure will prompting them to change of heart. And so for the present we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telephora. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there's no guarantee that we'll prevail. What does Charlayan intend to do if we fail? Grab some pineapple juice.
Golden pineapple juice.
While Charlane's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There's much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the Forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I'd ask of the Scions.
Grave tidings, walking ones.
Grave tidings. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What's occurred? These ones that went to see Feathered Ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zenith-Fatal. Destroying ones and captured ones, and even frightfully godly ones. Feathered ones didn't stand a chance, and we were sent flapping and squawking. Oh, when did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes. Much too late. But luckily, destroying ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered ones, who did not fight, were left unharmed. West, that would be to Corthus.
Milady, the Ishgardians report that the Telephora have emerged from the eastern highlands of Corthus and are marching at speed. Though their purpose is left to be determined, the Cartano Flats would seem to be their most likely destination. Lord Emmerich has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support.
Well, tell him he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Yeah, sure, we're coming. And mayhap it is a mercy that we will not have the time to stew on our misfortunes. Come, my friends. Let us make haste for Cosimo. Yeah. Wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying ones were said to be led by cackling robed one. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. Philandio? Oh, who else? It's only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cortino. And pray see to your preparations and report of the landing in all haste. Of course. At once, my lady, let us away. Just outside the Cartano canopy, huh? What is it, Arfano? Yet it would seem Fadola has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I've explained the situation. She insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again. Come on, Alfino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alfino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
We carry the dreams of many. We carry yours too.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through.
That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. Then I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Alright. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphina's jaw, I appear to have done them some good. Thancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, our Martian and Kobold forces are also bound for Cotonou as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same, by saving as many of the tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship's ready to depart. We should get going. Upon joining the Battle of Cotonou, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended you set aside sufficient time to participate in the battle and view these scenes in their entirety. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event you are defeated, you'll be able to try again from the most recent of these. Please note, you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, as progress will be lost. So I've got to make it all the way through the Battle of Cotonou to get to Endwalker, because I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Interest Endwalker.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Sharlayan, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers. compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
Gods be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Yeah. Duty commenced. Listen well, friend. Telophoroi sweeping across Conquer no. As for the Ascian, he briefly sighted above the battlefield. He was since vanished. Likely intends to watch fields unfold from afar. Thus far, the movements of the lunar primals have proven difficult to predict. Even when they pose to ambush our troops, they insist instead to withdraw to unknown reason. Whatever Telophori's plan may be, the primals are primary targets. Understood? They'll not elude the silence for long.
Prepare yourself!
Let's give it our all!
Go fast.
It was overwhelming with so many. Keep them occupied. The rest of you seek out the primals. Provide our forces they may locate primals more swiftly. Some cities slow down for heavy use. Thanks for the answer from the temple. With luck, we could have a chance to cure some of them. And I go back to the off and I'll come with you. I don't see any problem. Something is not right. Look all the mold. As the signs spread out across the field, I will say, Graha, take up the flight in Telophoroi. her. So many of them. Oh, so many of them. Must be curing any at this rate. Let's incapacity them first.
Allow me.
He's gone too far to keep them here on the battlefield. That they're beyond help. It's clear to know to keep them in such pain. This suffering is not for long.
Just the beginning.
Right behind you.
Give her a moment of respite. Let's take this opportunity to cure the template. With me, Alistair. What am I supposed to be doing exactly? That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I literally was clicking on everything. I was like, what am I supposed to even do here? Figured it out. Temper. That's a nice robe and all. I can't help but feel it'd be better in white.
whatever the off-white color I have. Snow color.
Did you see that? They lift. Yes. How worried should we be? Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of cotton air. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal ethereal confluence, much like the pillars that them step, but greater in scale, far greater. The glyphs that Felidel has conjured reach into the very midst. And I believe I now know the purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. The resultant disruption of the flow of aether would sow chaos amongst the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, tempests, large enough to lay waste to the realm. That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs. Here's Lunar Odin and defeats the ethereal confluence. Is that Odin? Time is going to put my blood against his. Follow my lead. You changed to me. Wait, your time to active shield.
My turn.
This is not done well. That's perfect, guys. The three of us to protect the confluence. This thinker does require our aid.
Away with you!
The best defense is a good defense!
Try again. Stay out of his reach. He stands according to punishment, it would seem. Guess I'm happy to oblige him. It worked pretty well. Gratia and LSA prepare to lock swords at Luna Rivana. Defeat Luna Rivana and defend the Ethereal Confluence. It must be Rivana. Formidable opponent by all accounts, but so are we. Keep them from the confluence. There's so many of them. That's a break the path here, huh? A little too close for comfort. Now as I can't. So it's finally ether. There's nothing to break. So let's hope this break was intended. to the Ravana. At that same moment, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alphino and Estinian, resolved to lay Lunar Ifrit low. Every time. Lunar Ifrit, the one arm target, powerfully colored. Be taken lightly. Beyond the god. Look at that.
You're finished!
Fight on!
Oof. Nails. Sort of confluence in this one with it, which has come to this. Draw breath, I won't give in.
Time to end.
Down goes your freeze. Boom. How many more of these we're gonna need to fight?
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you. Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
So no Titan. No Rama. No Garuda.
Glory be to Garlemore.
Sucks to suck.
How fare the tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
Should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
One battle at a time. We'll get there.
That
Agreed.
we will.
I think we're about to have some credits. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. Alright. Let's grab some coffee, shall we? Alright, so what are my thoughts about this compared to like the other expansions. Realm Reborn was a really good game. It got me into this. I really liked it a lot. Beyond that, there is Heavensward. Heavensward's amazing. I love Heavensward. Heavensward's still my favorite music out of any of these. Just the organs. Oh, so good. It feels very Final Fantasy. So you have the what's it? Stormblood. I mean, Stormblood just wasn't as good. Shadowbringers. The beginning of Shadowbringers just totally, like, you know, kick you in the gut. Slap you across the face, and it's like, hey, this is a horror game. And then it trails off afterward. I really did like near the end where it's just like, oh, I was here to save you because you were so important, and so you were the one we decided to save. That's cool. I really liked that. So he was the hero that they decided was most likely to be able to save them in the end. So they went out of their way to save him so that he could help them. That was cool. I really liked that a lot. Have I heard this song yet? All right, just a moment. Hello? Oh man, spam phone calls, they're my favorite thing. And it's like, hey, yeah, I never put this up for sale. Why are you asking me about this? And there's, oh, because no. There's no reason for you to be calling me about this at all. So go away. And we will become increasingly hostile from there. They've been harassing me for a month and a half now, almost 2 months. It's insane. All right. All right, so that's the faster option. That's the one we're going to use. I do want to make sure that everybody that worked on this game gets their day in the sun, so to speak, because there are so many freaking people who worked on this. So many people. And so they all need their recognition because this is a really good game. If I like the game enough to play it, they deserve their day in the sun. So I'm going to go get some more coffee. I'll be right back. Man, I made fish cakes last week and froze them and had them again last night. And the taste just lingers. And that wouldn't be bad if I was good at making the taste good, and I'm not. It was a recipe my sister gave me. My sister made them, and they were absolutely spectacular. They were amazing. Like, the most amazing thing you've ever eaten. And I make them, and they're just kind of... And so I'm trying to make them taste better, and I'm just kind of struggling with it. Yeah. So I just have the lingering aftertaste of olive oil, which, not really olive oil, fish oil. That's really what the aftertaste is just fish oil, which, fish, of course it's going to taste like fish, but I mean, it just, the fact that it just lingers on and on. And on and on. Not good. Okay. Man, I'm excited to get into Endwalker. You know, this is as far as the game has gone as Endwalker at this point. I'm finally almost caught up. By the end of summer, I should be caught up. That's the hope. And I am, 3 days ahead of schedule on catching up on Endwalker, so... Making good time. I am a little concerned that I may only be able to do Scholar and like a couple of jobs. There's several jobs that are missing that I'm not going to be able to do, and I might only be able to do Dancer, and I've done enough Dancer at this point. I'm going to get stuck with Dancer because that's the only one that's high enough level to do any of the other stuff. Because I'm rushing here in the summer, and Dancer was the one that was ahead when I rushed. Oh well. I will try to, get some other balance there going. Ah, well. Music is very nice. That's a positive. Yeah, it's very important to me that all of these people that work on the game get their name on the stream, even if it hurts the stream. I don't care. It's these people worked on the game. They deserve to have their name on it, even if it gets me copyright blocked, and so I can't actually get monetized or whatever. It's like, okay, that's fine. These people need their names put out there for the work that they did on this game, because, I mean, it's a good game. I kind of almost feel like my face should be somewhere else, since, like, there's nothing on the screen right now. It's not a really good way to move it, you know, PlayStation, so... Shrug. Almost got the fish oil taste out of it. Almost. Mwah. Mwah. Alright, well, I'm gonna wander off some more. Feel right. Alright. So, music for Shadowbringers. I mean, the problem is, I love the music from Heaven's Word so much that everything else pales in comparison. I mean, everything. You know, I like the Lahi song, you know. A couple other songs, the nighttime songs were okay in this. But, I mean, Heaven's Word is so good. Especially the very outset, you know. The music for Foundation is just the best. So, shrug, right? I do look forward to being able to play any video I find on the internet with Final Fantasy XIV music after getting through Endwalker, because then I don't have to like worry like, oh no, I've not heard this song yet. I don't want to be spoiled about good music. I want it to be able to, you know, I can just go in and not be afraid of, oh no, this is going to spoil me in some way. I need to be careful. So now I can just go straight through. That'd be nice. Yeah, the music's okay. Not amazing, not bad. You know, I appreciate that my wife went through so much effort to put it where I could, like, set up and stream while she's in the room. But this has severely decreased the amount of cat tax that I get to pay, because the cat was to hang out in her chair. And whenever her chair is not on stream, I don't get to see Kitty. And that's not good. Kitty is a bigger star than I am. Aren't you, Kitty? I need star power. I need getting the edge. Voice recording, of course, the voice work on this is fantastic. I'm very impressed in the voice work. Incorporated. Bjorn Warnes. Motion actors. Of course, Japanese physical acting is always kind of weird to me. I don't know if it's because I'm from the Western theater. I don't know. It seems like, I don't know. It seems like too much. And it doesn't seem right. I guess that's just coming from the Western tradition. It just doesn't feel right. is like clearly not Shakespearean tradition, clearly not Stanislavski's tradition. It's just, it's very, very, almost, yeah, I don't think it's kabuki. I think it's just, I don't know what it is. It feels off. Definitely much prefer the acting in like motion cap in American produced stuff. Like my friend makes at Naughty Dog. Hi, kitty. Hi. But even my other friend from Insomniac, the stuff they do. I just like it, kitty. I do. Yes, I know. It's company. Contorno. Contorno. Sorry. Contigli. Everq. Tico. Creek and River. Amatate. Buzz Incorporated. Side. Just almost got me fish taste out of my mouth. Modeling Cafe Incorporated. Kitty just really wants flubs. Don't you, Kitty? He's so happy to be hanging out here with me. He missed me coming in here and napping in the chair in the middle of the night, which I often do. I slept too well last night. Poor kitty. Canada type. Havoc, Miles, Bink Video, Bink. Video game works. Speed Tree. Is that it? Oh, logo illustration from 2018. Okay. Guest creators. Yorha. Eden, Save the Queen. Matsuno. Special thanks. All these people who did great work. Yeah, I was very disappointed in the Matsuno content on Shadowbringers. I was like, oof. Really thought that was going to be like good. You know? He's got so much other work that's so good. And yeah, I mean, the stuff he did for Shadowbringers, but before, from Stormblood, was actually really, really good. And then it was just a real dud on Shadowbringers. Which was the entire reason I picked up the game, was his content. And all Final Fantasy XIV players, you're welcome. Credits released 2021. Revised 2021. Produced by Squeenix. Gold to did. Alright. Alright, Amric. Let's get some good stuff done here. I trust you all enjoyed the comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Asgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You had thought of everything, Lord Amric. May I say how much I appreciated the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. I think nothing of it. Your destination lies in the same direction as mine, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since he took his leave. It would seem you have finally found a place to settle down. I merely grow weary of wandering the Far East. Returning to more serious matters, while the Telefori have been driven from Contenau, it is likely the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I'm confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Tafarale at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of aetherology, we've better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There's a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. None better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you're able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to Talafori's plans. We can discern their ultimate function. We're able to one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Talafori will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of the chaos will come for us. For you. Yet in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities. The final days themselves. Yes, all right, Alfredo. We need a plan, not portents. As Tancred so eloquently pointed out, we're in a position to seek information from all manner of places, not the least. Charlian.
According to Cryo, the form has been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Terrafori, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear. The form is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Foreshadow's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that.
The matter beareth further investigation, I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Charlayan hath ever been the wellspring of etherical knowledge. I care not where we go. I care not where we go. Here or there, my lance will be at the ready. And what of you, Pieter? Might you be persuaded to join us? What a course for Charlayan. Here. Time we laid bare the Torafori's dark designs. It appears we're in agreement. We have all but to wait for Cryo to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there's a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I've only a creeping suspicion. But with your help, I'll soon find out whether my fears are warranted. Quest complete. You learned the emote, shush. Meanwhile, in the Garlean capital, got the Reaper weapon. But of course,
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach.
The moon!
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
Hell's motivations are dumb.
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor.
And I'll kill you again. And then you'll die, and then come back.
And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
We've already had our final contest, bud. You lost. We'll get another final contest, I guess. Yeah, I'm not feeling it for the setup for this story at all.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
They're screwing up the source. Just like the first got screwed up. Assassins ruin everything.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
the towers are drawing upon the land's ether.
Right.
Which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Mm-hmm. Such a goofy mask.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Darkness comes. And with it, the end.
Hey there, Halen.
The fate of the star is in your hands.
They look a little different than I imagined. Vaguely Mantilia.
Everything all right back there?
With solemn dome, grim purpose shines and gazes cast toward moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise, your steps to guide what end betides. darkened moon. Death Unto Dawn, Part 2. I'm not ready to take stock. Pietro, do you have some time to talk? Always. I'd like to gather everyone at Dom Dretsbit, and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. This is new music. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization in the Telefori. Telefori's stated purpose is to recreate the final days of aeons past, an apocalyptic event that results in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already we have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Sorry, it's really hard to read this with awesome music playing in the background. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal sufferings. This is really awesome music. And unless we can find a way to deal with the corruptive aura surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem able to resist being tempered, at least. But after what happened to Orenfalls and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet, while these threats close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garbalald. I'm so distracted by this music. As you know, the Telefori are under the leadership of Felondil, and one other delightful fellow, Xenos Galvus, the crown prince of our dear friend. Hey, someone else will get the band. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, it saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession, but that has since changed, and in troubling ways. During our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons nor the cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence that did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telefori. An army of Pridals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it's only the prelude of an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We'll find a way into Charlemagne, I'm sure of it. Master Fauchelev's comments regarding the final days are curious, to say the least. The Forum knows more than it's letting on.
Sorry to interrupt. We just received word from Mistress Cryo. She says arrangements for your visit have been finalized.
Yeah, I'm already liking the music for Endwalker a lot.
You're to head to Limsa Laminsa and board the next ship bound for Charlemagne. And on arrival, present yourself as associate to the students of Valdeskian. Come to assist with the Order's restoration.
The arrangements may be settled, but what are your thoughts? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. Sorry, that's the wrong voice. I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course. Let us set off at once. This was the voice for a studio. I need to make sure I use the correct one.
And then I'll accompany you to the docks. We need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey.
So I've only heard 2 songs from Endwalker so far, and I've liked both of them. Quest accepted. So yeah, we're 2 for 2 on Endwalker songs. Oh, no, we're heading this way. Okay, next ship to sail. We're going to head to Limsa Laminsa and then break for lunch. And then on to Endwalker. All right, we'll break here for lunch, and when we pick up after lunch, we'll begin Endwalker. Thanks so much for watching. If I don't see you again, hope you have a wonderful day.